This will have absolutely nothing to do with the coronavirus epidemic. This is about the death of Christmas and It's a Wonderful Life. The holiday season is approaching. Well, hell, you could say that in May, I guess, when you catch the first Christmas layaway plan ad. Christmas is not year-round, not yet, but it's getting there. Don't worry, I won't go on about it. Everyone knows that Christmas has been ruined, desecrated, if you will, crushed and drained by capitalism. The Christmas spirit was happily walking down a snow-covered lane, singing a carol when it was flattened by the steamroller of merchandising and marketing. At the same time, it was vanishing. Christmas was also becoming the prevailing national ideology. Politicians, ever in search of a good working model of superior electability, took note not of Christ, a loser if there ever was one, but Santa, that jolly old elf, beloved by one and all, the giver of gifts, asking nothing in return. Running on a platform like that, who could lose? Yes, Virginia, ho, ho, ho. Anyway, enough doldrums. In this season, which used to be kicked off by Thanksgiving and is now inaugurated by Halloween, one holiday for a dark elf, one for a good cheer, and endless giving, thank goodness for credit cards, in this season where it is our patriotic duty to prime the economic pump, it is a good bet that everyone will come across Charlie Brown, Frosty, the Grinch, Rudolph, et al., each narrating narrative dedicated to the true meaning of Christmas, a gentle reminder, if you have time for that, in this rather hectic period, when the stress builds as we shoot for a celebration that is filled with meaning, even as that meaning drifts up the chimney like old St. Nick and the smoke from the fire. Well, you tried, and because you tried, you suffer, because everything seemed to come up short. Except for the cookies and food, there was plenty of that. In a final desperate effort to come up short, you probably spent more, and that had the opposite effect of further dimming the Christmas star. There are the wise men with their gifts, but when they look up, there is no star. Fireworks, maybe, and the Festival of Lights. Yahoo! Another one of the Christmas stories is Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. Many artists trash America, perhaps rightfully so, for she too has come up short, but Frank Capra is not one of them. He believed in the essential American dream and in the rock-bottom goodness of the American people. If Frank Capra were here now, I wonder what he would think. Probably exactly the same, for he had his rose-colored glasses firmly in place, and his faith would not be shaken. He was no cynic. Heck, he not only believed in Christmas and angels, he also believed in politicians. If It's a Wonderful Life is about anything, it's about community. And community is something I've been thinking about lately. It's very important. It's vital. And we're in danger of losing it. Community is like habitat, as real as that. And if we lose our sense of community, we will not be the same people. If we were to remake It's a Wonderful Life, Bedford Falls would be destroyed, but it would not have fallen into the hands of a greedy banker. The stage would be devoid of villains. It would not make for a good story. Bedford Falls would have been undermined by suburban sprawl, shopping centers, strip malls, and fast food franchises, along with big box stores, competition that would have eradicated the downtown business district. Much of Bedford Falls would be vacant. Its only chance at survival would be to try to pass itself off as a classic, sentimental old New England town, filled with little shops that sell trinkets, t-shirts, and taffy. That town is timeless, a museum, a fake tableau. In our movie, we'll skip over that. The murder rate is up in Bedford Falls. Suicides are too. There was a mass shooting there in a church a couple of years ago. Many of the remaining citizens of Bedford Falls are opioid addicts. There would be some heated debate on whether or not the town should spend money on Narcan to revive the junkies when they OD. Another debate is about whether or not to dissolve the town of Bedford Falls. It serves no purpose. It's an unnecessary expense. We'll dissolve it and fold it into Berkshire Township. At the end of It's a Wonderful Life, Frank Capra's version, community prevails. Our hero is saved, and the angel arrives in heaven. Everyone cheers, lovers kiss. But the movie is like that phony little town that never changes. The shopkeepers wear period costumes, and tourists keep things humming along. It's a fake. It's a Wonderful Life is about an idea, or, as someone I knew used to say, an ideal. And though we would very much like to believe in that, so much so that someone will continue to do so, for others, like me, that idea/ideal is long gone as the meaning of Christmas, flattened not really by greed as by the agreement among most folks that freedom and happiness consist of material comforts, much more than selflessness or any contemplation of the human soul. We are a nation not of Grinches or Scrooges, but Jacob Marleys.